So you can have bleeding at any time through the pregnancy. If you do have any bleeding, you must phone your community midwife and discuss the bleeding with her. If you have lots of bleeding, you need to phone 999 and get emergency support straight away. The bleeding you have in early pregnancy can sometimes have no cause and resolves, and other times it can be an indicator that there is something wrong with the pregnancy that needs treatment. All hospitals will have an early pregnancy assessment unit, what is called an EPAU. And if you have bleeding in the early part of pregnancy in the first trimester, this is the department that you'll be referred to. When you go there, they will make an assessment of what has happened, how much blood loss there's been, and they may do scans with ultrasound externally, and they may have to do an internal ultrasound scan as well. And then they will determine if they can see the cause of the bleeding, and they will put a plan of care in place as needed. You may be able to go home, or you may be admitted to a hospital ward with other ladies who have had bleeding in pregnancy. If you have bleeding later on in the pregnancy, you need to contact your hospital directly. You need to contact the labour ward, and those will be the numbers that will be on the front of your hospital notes. When you phone up the hospital, they'll ask you a series of questions about how much bleeding you've had, what time it happened, if you're still bleeding, and if it's happened before. And then they will make a plan of care with you to see if you need to go into the hospital to be seen. When you're in labour, sometimes you may have bleeding prior to the baby being delivered. If that's the case, your midwives and doctors will put a plan of care in place to ensure safety of yourself and your baby. If you have bleeding in labour if you are at home, then the midwife will look to transfer you into hospital. In the first couple of weeks after you've delivered your baby, you may have bleeding that you'll need to wear sanitary pads for, and that bleeding should get less and less every day. If you have any concerns about your bleeding, or if the bleeding increases, please seek advice from your community midwife or from the hospital. If you have excessive bleeding, please phone 999 for urgent medical assistance. If you have any pain, or you feel unwell, or you have a raised temperature, or you have any signs of infection, please contact your community midwife, and please contact 999 as needed for emergency care.